Let me tell y'all something, man. One thing I like about myself is that I'm transparent. You understand? And being transparent is saying this. I put my life on the line. I've told you all, like, all of the things that I've been, not all of the things that I've been through, but some of the things that I've been through, you know, throughout my life. I've exposed myself. You all have heard stories of my life, good and bad, right? And at the end of the day, the reason why I put my life out there for potentially for the world to see is for the youth, so that they won't go down the same route, street, or however you want to call it. So they won't make the same type of dumb decisions that I made in life. Straight up. Because I know when I was growing up, I didn't have a father figure there like that. Excuse me, no COVID. I didn't have anyone to lead me in the right direction. And a lot of decisions that I made, had I had someone to lead me the right way, some of those decisions I think would have been right. And I'm not putting the blame on anyone. Don't get it twisted. I own up to everything that I've done in my life, good or bad. But I'm just saying, if I had someone there to kind of, you know, steer me the right way, maybe I wouldn't have been in certain positions, or predicaments rather, that I was in the past. And this is the reason why I put my life out there, so that the children, the kids, the young men and women can see that Langston went down this way, this happened. You know what I'm saying, to Langston? And you don't want to go through that. You don't want to lose your license. You don't want to be in a situation where you're sleeping on somebody else's couch. You don't want to be in a situation where you got arrested, DWI, and all of the rest of the fuckery that I've done. But see, I don't have no problem with talking about that, because guess what? At the end of the day, like I said it and I continue to say it, I'm here to help the youth. And guess what? Another thing too is I've been there and I've done it. I'm not the person that I was 20 years ago, yet alone yesterday. And you don't supposed to be. Every day you're supposed to grow. Every day you're supposed to change. Every day. And in changing every day, you're supposed to get better. That plain and simple. And I own up to everything that I've done. And I wouldn't change a goddamn thing if I could. That I did in the past and that I'm doing now in the present. Because it made me who I am right now. And I love myself. I love the way that I walk. I love the way that I talk. I love the way that I think. And yes, true indeed, at times in the past, I allowed people to dictate certain things to me. But as I got older, I saw that by listening to them, I'm not living my life the way that I want to live it. And that I wasn't happy. But the minute I started living the way that I wanted to live, and not having to worry about what everybody else has to say, giving me rules, regulations, and guidelines on how I'm supposed to live, is the minute I became happy. It's the minute I became successful. And this is what I'm trying to tell you all. Is that you live your life the way you see fit. And you don't give a fuck about what people think. Look at my hair, man. Seriously, like out of all these years, for those that have been looking at my channel, out of all these years, look at my hair, look at the way, look at my beard, and, you know, look at my shirt, look at just the things that I say and do. Do you really think that I give a fuck about what society tells me? What my father tells me, what my mother tells me? My mother and my father is, middle class, wholesome people. Straight up. If I were to show you a picture of my mother and I, you would think that that wasn't my mother. Because she's not like me. We is the exact opposite, but we love one another. And she'll tell you that I ain't nothing I can do with him. You know, I love him. He's my son. Ain't nothing I can do with him when it comes to me trying to tell him what to do. And the reason why I made this video is for those, some people do know, but this video are for those that need someone to tell you that you can live your life the way you see fit. Let me tell you something. To a certain degree, I still don't understand the LGBTQIA community. I'm trying not to be disrespectful, so I think that that's the whole thing. The LGBTQIA community. To a certain extent, I still don't understand them. But it's one thing that I do understand about them. Is that you have the right to live your life the way you see fit, and the way and you have the right to love who you want to love in life. And for that, I respect that. Straight up. And nobody's gonna tell you what to do. So at one point in time, I was sitting here saying to myself, why in the hell is it that everybody's going ape shit when this particular person comes out of the closet? I don't see what the problem is. I don't see why they deserve all the glory. But now, to a certain extent, I understand it. It's like everybody's one way. This person is not. And this person comes out and says, I'm not that way. And that person knows that they could potentially be harmed because of the way that they are. And still comes out. That's some fucking courage right there, man. Straight up. I don't agree with your lifestyle. Let's get that known. But that's some straight up strength to me. Because I'm the same way. I don't give a fuck what people think. So shouldn't I be exalted like those that come out of the closet? Because I can tell you that I was in the closet for years. And what I mean by that, closet, mental closet. I was concerned about what everybody thought about me. I wore my hair the way everybody wanted me the way they wear their hair, including my mother. Matter of fact, to a certain point, this is real. This is a true story. She told me I couldn't grow my hair out, that I had to wear a fade, a Caesar cut at that. And you know who Julius Caesar was. You know what type of activities he performed in the steam room, the sauna, the hot tub, in Greece, or Rome, or wherever the fuck. She told me that I could grow my hair however I wanted to grow my hair once I left her house. So this is true. I allowed everyone to dictate and to run my life the way they wanted to run it, the way they saw fit. And it was one day when I woke the fuck up and I said, nah, fuck that. You all are running my life. In all actuality, you're ruining it. I'm gonna take control of my life. Give me the steering wheel. And I can do 10 times better than what you can do. Because I know me. I know what I like and I know what I dislike. And the minute that I took that steering wheel, took control of my life, I've lived my best years since then. So shouldn't I be applauded, exalted for coming out of the closet? Straight up. And I know what it feels like for everyone to think that you are abnormal and that you're different. Why? I've been telling my families and friends for the longest about this so-called New World Order. For the longest. About transhumanism, automation, and all the rest of that shit for the longest. For those that know me, like know me, y'all know I've been saying this shit for the longest. And I was shunned upon. And then those same persons, those same people, right, that chastised me had to come back and apologize. And some didn't physically, like verbally apologize. Like by them apologizing, their version of it is they just remain quiet when they found out the truth. So stand up, because it takes some courage, some strength to be who and what you are. And I'm gonna tell you, seriously, I look at people like different. I don't look at them as being abnormal. Like you could be wearing like black nail polish, black makeup around your eyes and shit like that. You could have tattoos and nose pierced, ears pierced, and all the rest of that shit. And I'll talk to you like if we're talking, we having a regular conversation, you a regular person to me. You want to know why? Because you being you living out your truth, and you're not allowing people to dictate who and what you are. And it's crazy to me, man. I get this in the comment section of my videos all the time, or rather DMs or emails or whatever. People keep on telling me, yo, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need some stability. What are you gonna do about your kids? And and your hair, and this, that, and so forth. Everybody telling me all of this shit. And you know what's so funny? I sit there and I laugh at you all. You wanna know why? Because your words, you chastising me, picking on me, and all that shit means this much to me. This much. It means nothing. Look at me dead in my eyes. I'm telling you, that's my word. Your words mean nothing to me. Absolutely nothing. So you're wasting your time. And some of you all may sit back for real. Like I've had comments, people commented and said, yo, I got this and I got that and this and that. And you're wasting my time. Like you're nothing to me. And and I'm like sitting here like, are you really fucking serious? I'm a waste of your time, but you're actually commenting. You're talking about me. I'm not talking about you. I'm not concerned about you. I'm not concerned about what the fuck you do, because I don't give a fuck about what you do. Why I don't give a fuck about what you do? It's because I don't give a fuck about you. I'm concerned about me. Period. But you all are taking the time out of your day to respond to a video and the person that you're responding to is a waste of your time. Okay. You all are a joke. The haters and all the rest of that shit, the weirdos, you all are a joke. That's what you all are. I love my life, man. Sometimes I don't like getting on YouTube and doing videos. And the reason why is because I'm very much underappreciated. I know that. And I'm not talking about for those that have love for me. I'm talking about just in general. It's hardly anyone out here like that's putting their life out there and saying, yo, I've been through this, and this, and don't go through it. And that the power that you are looking for is not external, it's internal, it's within you. And if you're religious, I get it, you understand? But even your God is saying the same thing that I said. Because in Psalms 82 verse 6 and John chapter 10 verse 34, it said, I have said that ye are gods and children of the Most High. And if you're a child of God, then you're supposed to be in the image and likeness of Him. I forgot what Bible scripture it was for those that are into the Bible, Christianity and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure that you'll put the scripture in the comment section of this video. But Jesus said, you shall do works as I do. So Jesus said that matter of fact, he said, you shall do greater works than I do. Greater. Better than. So what am I telling you wrong? When I tell you that the power is within. And fuck everybody. And I mean it from the bottom of my heart to the top of it. The right and left ventricle. I mean that. If no one ever told you, I'm telling you, fuck everybody. Right here. For that purpose, when dealing with your life, have a tunnel vision mind. When dealing with your life, be closed-minded. And what I mean by that is, yes, true indeed. You take in what people, say. Say. You know what I'm saying? But I look at, like, information, you know what I'm saying? Like how I would, if I were a meat eater, how I would eat my steak. I would trim the fat, cut the fat out, and eat the meat. Leave the bone and the trimming, the fat, to the side, and eat the meat. That's what I'm telling you to do with people, as well as my videos. Take what you can use and do away with the rest. And that's how I think when I listen to people. And sometimes people's words are so useless and worthless to the point where I ain't got no time for that shit, period. Yeah, and I'll tell you, yo, man, listen, man, I gotta go. Period. Sometimes people just want to have shit to say. They just want to run their mouth for the fuck of it. And they ain't got nothing to say. Anything. At all. And I don't entertain that coonery, buffoonery, fuckery shit. I just don't. You understand? Such as certain comments that people make. You know what I'm saying? You make a comment and it's like, okay, and what you want me to do about it? You know what's so funny about people? Like I'll give you an example. Somebody may say, I make more money than you, right? And you live, and I'm about to dead this video out after this. You live in the house and you rent, but I own my house, right? So the first thing is this. The reason why you know that I rent this house that I live in is because I told you. I'm smart enough to manipulate your mind. In other words, what I'm saying is that I can tell you that I'm renting this house, but I may not even live in a house that you think that I'm renting. I can tell you that I'm renting this house, but I may not be even renting the house. I may own it. But based on you simple-minded motherfuckers, I know that I can manipulate you because you'll believe everything that I say, even though you have said that I'm nothing but a liar. What the fuck? And then at the end of the day, to be real with you, what's the difference between me renting my house and you owning your house but having to pay taxes on it every year? What's the difference? Because if you stop paying taxes for one fucking year on your house, they can take that shit. Yeah, true indeed, you can sit back and say, hey, listen, I can make payments or whatever. In other words, what I'm saying is you're going to have to work it out. Other than that, ain't no working it out or working around not paying taxes on that house. Because if you don't pay it, you are going to get your house taken from you. So get the fuck out of here with that. At the end of the day, you don't own shit. Nothing. You just as fucked up and a slave just like I am. Period. They get to do whatever the fuck they want to do with us. And it's evident all the time. Shit don't make sense. But see, simple-minded such as these dumb motherfuckers that be saying shit like that to me, don't think. You think you be thinking, but you don't. What you have is edited dictation. That's what you have. You don't have an education. You have edited dictation. That's what it is. But if you were thinking like me, I have a free mind. I don't allow materialistic things to speak on my behalf. I allow my mind to speak on my behalf. So I'm gonna get back to that point, but let me just say this. So, for an example, a person says, well, how do you make a living? What? I already know that this nigga's fucked up in the head when you say, how do you make a living? I'm living. What are you talking about? How you make it? Anyway, when I go to a store and I buy a chocolate bar, right? I pay a tax on it. When I buy clothes, I pay a tax on it. Why is it that I can buy a candy bar and buy clothes, right? And that's a one-time sales tax, right? And I can own that. But when it comes to a house or car, something like that, I can't ever. I annually have to pay a tax. And don't give me that bullshit about the government and the this and the that and da. At the end of the day, you don't own shit. Because if you owned it, you wouldn't be paying anything on your fucking house. Once you paid it, it would be paid for. The end. So I don't allow them dumbass motherfuckers to, say anything to me. Like, I just be laughing like, y'all some dumbass motherfuckers. It's a lot of dumb motherfuckers out on this planet. I don't allow their ignorance and stupidity. I don't allow them to dictate anything to me through their ignorance and stupidity. I don't. Period. I don't give a fuck how much money you have. I don't care about that. That's not my main concern. You want to know why? Because it's not mine. So I won't be the type of person to hang around you because you have more money or you have these fancy cars and all the rest of that shit. Nah, I'd rather hang with somebody that's mad cool, drive a beat up 1995 Honda Accord, and has a free mind. It's not running around in that motherfucking hamster wheel, going nowhere, but think that they are. Or anywhere, wherever, however you want to put it. That's another thing, y'all motherfuckers be on some shit like, well, you don't know how to talk, you broken English and da-da-da-da. I'm like, oh my God, you do realize that English or Anglo-Saxon language is like motherfucking the youngest fucking language on the planet. And that it has stole words from other languages. That when you look at the English language, that there's really not one English word that didn't come from a language that predates the English language. And that a lot of English words are compound words. So the reality of it is that everybody's speaking broken English. And then that also, that every word, because you all tend to say, I'm not saying you all, but some of you all tend to be on some shit like I use curse words or whatever. Well, being that I'm black and being that this language was like forced down my throat, pause, straight up. My ancestors' throat, we had to speak English. We were forced that. We couldn't speak our we couldn't speak our indigenous language, or for some of those, because some blacks did live in America. I know that's new to you. Prior to being kidnapped from Africa, brought over here, there were some blacks that were already over here. So our native indigenous language, every word that comes out of my mouth that's Anglo-Saxon or English is a curse word. That is a curse language that we're speaking. Whether it's shit, motherfucker, butt, can, walk, talk, bitch, whatever. It's all curse. Because I'm not speaking my original language. And to make it make sense, to make it all relevant, this is the way that I think. And I don't allow anyone to change the way that I think, to dictate the way that I think. You do. That's the reason why what I'm saying don't make sense. Or it appears that I'm being arrogant, ignorant, and all the rest of that shit. You kiss my black ass. And I'm going to end it with this and then I'm done. Yo, I encourage black people to speak more slang and ebonics. Because that is a language that the people, the powers that be, don't know. They have to access. What do you mean by lit? What do you mean by fresh, butter, cool, fleek? What do you mean by blicky? And let me explain something to you. Let me show you just how important language is. We can relate to one another. And this is the reason why hip hop was so important too. We can pass off messages to one another. And the slave master won't even know what we're talking about. Have no idea. But you gotta stop running your fucking mouth, black folks, and teaching everybody your shit. So now when you on the phone and you talking that business, that street business, I ain't gonna go into it, everybody knows what you're talking about, because guess what you did? You told everybody the slang words in the Ebonics, or however they want, whatever term they want to use. And those same persons put it up on the online, and now it's called Urban Dictionary. So if these racist white folks want to know what the fuck we're talking about, they could type in fleek in the Urban Dictionary and it'll let you know exactly what we're talking about. In other words, what I'm telling you is that slang and Ebonics is Morse code. Yo, peep game, man. Straight up, I'm dropping jewels, pick them up. Other than that, don't allow anyone to dictate what you do in life, how you run your life. I got this far without you. So your words mean nothing to me whatsoever. I listen to myself. And since then, man, I've been more successful than I've ever been in life. Other than that, my name is Langston2092. I want you to like, comment, subscribe. Definitely share this video.